there, Carol Dockum here with Beautiful Faces Going Places, Women's Success Network. And I am so, so excited as we are continuing with our Business Spotlight series here. You know, that is one of the benefits of being part of our global network. As a success team member, you have the opportunity for a business spotlight. And I just want to say, I love, love, love doing this because it really shines the light on special women in business and entrepreneurs that are making an impact, not just locally, but nationally and globally. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our special business spotlight today. She is a digital marketing specialist and strategist, the fabulous Michelle Hummel. She is the CEO of Web Strategy Plus and the founder of Web Media University. Michelle is a 2 times winner of the Cincinnati Business Person of the Year and nominated for the Women-Owned Business of the Year. She is a published author as well of a 3-book series called The Social Media Magnet: Everything You Need to Know to Attract Customers with Social Media. She loves sharing all of her best kept secrets, which is why she is an amazing social media trainer and expert. If you're looking for an energetic speaker for your next event, Michelle travels nationwide, providing keynotes for trade shows and conferences, and also corporate events. Michelle also offers a full day working seminars and workshops and trainings, really to help small business owners and entrepreneurs tap into social media, whether you're seeking certifications and or you're interested in website design, SEO, content, you name it. She is all things social media. Please help me welcome the fabulous Michelle Hummel.
Thank you so much, Carol. That was amazing. It
Thank
makes
you.
me realize how many years I've been doing this. It's like time flies when you're having fun, right?
Exactly. And that's what I love about you, Michelle. I remember, I think we were just sharing before we came live here on this live stream, the first time I experienced one of your fabulous social media workshop trainings. It was approximately 5 or 6 years ago. You held an in-person training here in the greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area. And I happened to be a guest attendee, and you just rocked the stage. And you know, that was kind of the beginning of this online social media world as well, of kind of the beginning of when small businesses started to use social media as part of their marketing strategy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me how you got started in social media training and website design and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've been doing it for quite a while. I used to work for other companies selling marketing, right? Online marketing. And the last job that I had, I kind of hit the wall because when I would go out on my sales calls, everybody wanted to do social media. They wanted Twitter and Facebook. And it was like, well, we don't offer those services. So of course I went and sort of did my homework. I read every book I could find at that time on social media. I created a WordPress website. I created this 365 ways to become a millionaire with motivational quotes going out every day, posting on my Facebook, publishing from WordPress. And I started to realize that there's really something to this social media thing. In fact, I went out of the country for a week. My best friend got married and I stopped posting every day. And when I came back, people were like, where are you, Michelle? And where are the quotes? And I thought, okay, there's something to the social media thing. People are really enjoying it. So I went to my job at the time and I said, we really need to be offering social media marketing. And they were like, we don't know what you're talking about. It kind of went over their head. And so it was then that I realized, okay, this is something that I now know too much about and I need to do something with it. And so I started my own digital marketing agency 10 years ago and I haven't looked back. So it's been a really, really fun experience. But yeah.
I'm so happy that I was, part of your launch actually here in the greater Cincinnati area. And I have loved watching you grow and your offerings, and it is so needed right now. I think I had mentioned to you before that I know I struggle as a solopreneur, women-owned business. I struggle with keeping up with all the changes, and it's like you really need to tap into what's new and what's fresh, and what was working 2 years ago is not working today. And I think that is one of the things that you help your clients with, is how to stay relevant, how to stay current, not only with social media, but content and strategy, and now this whole world of funnels, that it just makes my head spin.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's like, even with my social media training, not just a couple years ago, I was teaching people about Google Plus, and now that's no longer here. And now we have Google Business, but now we're changing it to this name. And it's like, oh my goodness, how do you keep up? And then, you've got Reels and you have TikTok. You just have so many things that are happening now. For me, the way that I am as a life learner, I love this space because I love to learn. And so for me, this is my favorite place to be, where it's constantly changing. I have to learn a new strategy. And how I really learn my strategies is by doing it myself for my own agency, proving the methods, and then offering those services to my clients. So, I mean, to me, it's a lot of fun, actually, just to kind of find different unique ways to make things work, lead generation and different strategies. But you're absolutely right. I mean, I find myself, I've developed Web Media University and I've created content there, but I'm finding myself going back and revising that content, or when I'm doing my boot camps, constantly adding new details to the program, because it is ever changing. But for someone like me, like, I love it. I just love to learn. So I'm in the right space for that.
You absolutely are. I was hoping you could share a couple of examples of how you help your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. So, people come to me and they have a few problems that they need to solve. They might have a marketing manager in-house that needs help creating content, scheduling content, just even brainstorming great ideas. So a lot of folks come to us with Web Strategy Plus, where is my full service digital marketing agency, where they basically hire a dedicated community manager that they can work with internally, to support them in their marketing efforts, or maybe just outsource the whole thing. They might just say, you know what, we know we need to do it. We don't want to do it. We want you to do it. And so that's kind of on the Web Strategy Plus side. On the other hand, we have people who like to learn how to do it, want to do it themselves. And so that's where I offer Web Media University, where they can go and they can do on-demand training. They can attend training events with me in person. I travel to 11 plus cities nationwide. In fact, my most favorite cities, because I love to travel, and why not go to one of my faves in the process. But I do in-person training events as well as virtually, so they can jump on their desktop and learn with me. But you got two schools of thought, right? You have people who just want to hire you and just take it over, or they want to learn. And even when they learn, they might still want us to, help. But at least I know enough to know how we're doing it and why we're doing it, and to support that. Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah, so you have got some special boot camps, right, coming up here. But I also want you to share, because I love that you've got several of your trainings on demand. So, if you're a small business owner, you're an entrepreneur, or you're trying to figure this out, you have your on-demand video trainings available. So tell us a little bit about that, and then share about your in-person boot camp that you have coming up here in the greater Cincinnati area.
Absolutely. So the on-demand training is really helpful for those folks that, they want to take the time to learn, but they want to do it on their own schedule, right? Because we know we're working around different things in life, networking events, we have this, we have that. So the on-demand training I have in two available levels: beginner training for folks that really just kind of are starting out, don't know where to start. That training is really going to show people how to find their target audience online, how to create content, how to use Canva, how to use a social media posting tool, how to use Trello to organize your whole strategy. Like, it literally gives them the groundwork to do what they need to do to start. And the advanced training is where I get into more detailed examples of, once you have your Trello board set up, how to maximize it. Now you have your dashboard. What else can I do with it? What other content strategies can I put into place? So, depending on what your skill set is, you can jump in and go into the advanced training immediately. You can start with beginner, but it's an opportunity for whoever comes, at whatever level, to really make the most of it for on-demand training. In reference to the in-person training, which, woohoo, I'm glad to finally be doing now that we're getting back to, seeing faces in person. My next training is going to be at Indiana Wesleyan University, in Florence, Kentucky. So it's going to be on October 25th and 27th. This is an in-person class. Some people really prefer that. I love seeing people in person, really hands-on training. We have homework in class. I take breaks. I look at your homework. We learn together. So if you prefer that type of learning environment, that's definitely what I would recommend. And, I'm doing these boot camps in Miami. We're doing one in Columbus and Tampa, Florida. So yeah, there's all sorts of these things happening nationwide. And if you find that you would like to have one in your city, you can visit my website and suggest that, and we can make that happen as well. So yeah, it just depends on how people love to learn, right? It's like, do you want to do it on your own terms? Do you want to do it in a classroom setting? Absolutely.
I love that about you, Michelle. And I know I too, like you, am a lifelong learner. I am always taking some type of course, webinar, workshop, and I tap into, leveraging, I always say leverage technology, right? We have all of this information at our fingertips. And I truly believe as an entrepreneur that we should invest in ourselves, educate ourselves, and learn. It really expands our mind and helps us grow personally and professionally. And so I love that you offer them both online and or at video on demand and or in person. And I know many of us I love to attend in-person events as well, because what a great way to learn from the actual trainer. You're kind of belly to belly, heart to heart, and you can feel the energy in the room, and then you can also learn from others in the room and also do a bit of networking, because I truly believe in the power of a network and building relationships. I have met the most incredible people through attending online and in-person events and training sessions. So I love that you offer both and you're tapping into both worlds. And so thank you so much. So where is the best place for our audience, our viewers, our members here at Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network to find you and to learn about all the cool things that you offer, all things website, social, SEO, content strategy, social media trainings, etc.?
Absolutely. So I have a few different places you can find me online, actually. So webstrategyplus.com is the digital marketing agency. We are full service, just like you mentioned. We build websites for folks. We do social media, mobile app development, content writing, everything. So if you're really just looking for a solution to hire a company to handle it, that would be the place to go. Now, if you're looking to learn, that's where I would advise to go to webmediauniversity.com. And that's where you're going to find all the boot camps and the trainings and things like that. If you're trying to learn about me personally, you can go to michellehummel.ceo. I have my own personal website. You can learn a little bit about me and my journey as an entrepreneur at 11 years old on the farm, selling vegetables down the street. Like, there's some fun stories on there, a little bit more personal touch about who I am as a person on that website.
That's fantastic. Well, Michelle, this has been a sheer delight. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do a business spotlight on you. I think you are doing amazing work out in the world. And I want to say thank you for being a part of our network here at beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com. Please connect with Michelle Hummel and continue to learn and grow and leverage technology. Thank you so much, Michelle. I am looking forward to your upcoming events, and we will share all of the links relevant to this business spotlight below. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carol. Have a great day, everyone.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.